Welcome back to the program. After NDP leader Jack Layton's recent death, the first candidate has tossed his hat in the ring to replace him. My co-anchor Carmen Weld was downtown Vancouver when backroom powerhouse Brian Topp spoke about his bid.
In BC.
Nobody is going to be elected as leader of the New Democratic Party of Canada without the very significant support of the members in British Columbia. The members in British Columbia are going to have a huge say over who is leader.
Was there, including former provincial cabinet minister Joy McPhail and MLAs John Horgan, Michelle Mungle, and Don Black.
I was so impressed with his ability to cross party lines and work together to try to achieve a coalition that would have seen a more progressive government.
Even said Topp kept a possible Liberal merger on the back burner.
We don't have to become Liberals to win federally. We can still be the NDP.
With his recent passing, Jack Layton was still on the forefront of the NDP mind.
None of us wanted to be in this race. What we all thought we were going to do as part of Jack Layton's team was we were going to work for the next 4 years to make Jack Layton Prime Minister of Canada, and I'm very sad indeed that that's not what we're doing.
A new NDP leader will be elected March 24th, and all signs point to BC members playing a big role in that decision. Carmen Weld in Vancouver for BCIT Magazine.
BCIT Magazine reporter Shelby Tom has been following this story and now joins us live. Shelby, how is the race heating up?
Thanks, Connor. Well, NDP President Brian Topp is the first and only member to officially toss his hat in the ring, as they say, but other NDPers have showed some interest as well. First, we have high-profile candidate, Deputy and House Leader Thomas Mulcair. Now, he says he's been with Jack Layton over the past 5 years, bringing the NDP to official opposition status for the first time in history. Second, we have a local MP, Peter Julian. He's the MP of the Burnaby New West riding. He says he's currently weighing his personal and financial options. A race like this can get very expensive. It's $15,000 just to enter the race, and then they're allowed to spend up to $500,000 campaigning. Third, we have another British Columbian, Nathan Cullen. He's the MP of the Skeena-Balky Valley. He's expressed some interest. He says he's gotten a lot of support, but he acknowledges he would be an underdog, as he does not have the establishment with him, such as Brian Topp does.
Now, Brian Topp was a key negotiator in talks with the Liberals in the Bloc Québécois to form a coalition in 2008 and 2009. What's his stance on this now?
Well, Brian Topp says he's not opposed to coalition talks in the future, but right now he does think it would be a distraction from the leadership race. The New Democratic Party will choose their new leader on March 24th of 2012 with a one-member, one-vote system. Back to you.
BCIT Magazine's Shelby Tom. A man has been charged with attempted murder for a recent stabbing at a Surrey SkyTrain station. Police say it's an isolated incident, but some transit users say they don't feel safe. Martin McMahon reports.
A shred of police tape was the only hint left of last week's stabbing at the Scott Road SkyTrain station. The Surrey RCMP say it's an isolated incident related to a drug deal gone bad.
The Surrey RCMP arrived on scene to find that one male had been stabbed in the neck area and had sustained serious injuries as a result of that stab wound, and a second male was also injured as a result of an altercation.
The incident is giving some transit users second thoughts about using public transportation.
Like for my girlfriend or something, right? Like I worry about her taking it by herself. So yeah, like to a point, I'd rather get a car.
It's not a willingness, it's a need. I have a need to use it. I mean, otherwise it's just too expensive for me to drive into Vancouver every day.
I've been using it to go downtown, but if that's happening, I wouldn't use it. Daytime, sure. Nighttime, no.
But that tells me, you should be careful around this area too. When you get off the SkyTrain, always look around. Don't be alone, right?
Police say this incident serves as a good reminder to remain aware at all times when using transit.
We live in a world where we need to be aware of our surroundings all the time, and being a victim of crime is a very real possibility no matter where you are.
As for the stabbing incident itself, the police have a suspect in custody while one of the two victims remains in hospital with stab wounds. Martin McMahon in Surrey for BCIT Magazine.
Lionsgate Hospital is expecting a much-needed facelift thanks to a recent donation, and the psychiatric patients who have been subjected to dismal conditions could sure use it. I went over to North Vancouver to prepare this report. Tuesday morning at Lionsgate Hospital marked the unveiling of a new proposed psychiatric center. The crowd that included local politicians as well as hospital staff volunteers were on hand as Dr. Javed Moavejan was honored for his recent $4 million donation towards the Hope Project. This money helps fund the move for the 28 psychiatric patients from their less than ideal living situations.
It has never really been designed for mental health, inpatient mental health care. That's why we need this new building, and it's going to offer all those things. Again, private patient rooms, there's going to be better infection control. It's going to result in better care.
These are comments echoed by staff members here at the old location, the Activation Building. According to them, after 82 years, this facility has started to show some cracks. For Monica McAuliffe, who runs psychiatric services at the Activation, safety is the primary issue.
The most one that I'm concerned with is the safety, because it's not the proper layout for an inpatient unit. And the other big challenge is we could have up to 5 patients in one bedroom.
But overcrowding is just the tip of the iceberg.
We have had issues with the heat, specifically where in the summer it can be really hot and there's no cooling system, and then in the winter the rooms are either really, really warm or they're not warm enough.
But with the opening of the new building, McAuliffe and her staff hope their concerns are just a thing of the past. Connor Hammond in North Vancouver for BCIT Magazine.
A large group of superheroes took a death-defying plunge in downtown Vancouver this week, all for a good cause. And as Casey Pitts discovered, one woman braved her fear of heights in memory of her own hero.
The scene in Vancouver was beautiful for the 6th annual Easter Seals Drop Zone. Participants were challenged to raise money and rappel down a skyscraper. Nirm Blatchford and her daughter Natasha say they're nervous, but they want to help disabled children attend summer camp.
You know what, I'm trying not to think that it's 20 stories. In my mind, we're only a few stories high. You know what, again, the kids face challenges all the time, and so my goal is just to be in their footsteps for a few moments and put myself out there and do something that I probably would normally try. Yay!
Nirm and Natasha were just 2 of many superheroes that raised money for the Easter Seals charity. In the last 6 years, over $1 million to explain what kind of people rappel down.
Might have a relative with that's a child with a disability, or knows of one or something, and they want to do something good for our charity.
Nirm's inspiration was Damien, an Easter Seals camper who wanted to rappel but passed away in February.
Damien would be proud. Sorry. He was a really neat kid. He really wanted to do it, and so I'm very proud that I could do this for Damien today.
Thanks to the courage and generosity of donors, children like Damien can now fulfill their dreams. Casey Pitts in Vancouver for BCIT Magazine.
With BCIT Magazine's community calendar, I'm Rafferty Baker. The Vancouver International Fringe Festival kicked off on September 8th, and it runs through to the 18th. But if you missed that, you can still catch the audience top picks as they're showcased from the 22nd through to the 25th. The Fringe Festival is BC's biggest theatre festival, with over 700 performances by more than 90 different groups. For more information, check out vancouverfringe.com. The Neighborhood Emergency Preparedness Program is putting on some free earthquake preparedness workshops. Learn how to ensure you're doing all you can to keep your children, your pets, and yourself safe in the event of an earthquake and in a disaster's aftermath. The workshops start at 7 p.m., beginning on the 19th, the 21st, the 22nd, and the 28th, and they run into October. Locations are found at community centers all over Vancouver. For more information and specific locations, email nepp@vancouver.ca. And in October, breast cancer, lupus, and learning disabilities will all be vying for your awareness. All 3 claim October as their official month, so look out for events and information regarding these topics as we careen toward October. With your BCIT Magazine community calendar, I'm Rafferty Baker.
Coming up next on BCIT Magazine, a local man is making a difference one step at a time.